Hey guys, I haven't been having the time of my life recently. I started taking starter antidepressants since it was my first time taking anything like it. I got sick a couple days ago, had flu-like symptoms. I'm still feeling sick. It's been hell going through feeling physically sick. And mentally sick. Definitely feels very hard right now. I've been writing a lot recently. A lot of poems. I've realized I'm very good at writing poems, it just seems so nerdy. I'm not into that. I've been feeling worse lately. And everything feels out of my control. I feel like I've run out of options, and I feel like I've always felt different, like mentally and stuff. And I've just been so good at hiding it and stuff, but I never tried to hide it. It was just my coping skill to feel normal. I've always had a hard time adjusting, and I've felt bipolar, where I feel happy and then sad. I always feel the extremes, and I always hide it, but I feel like I had finally felt actual happiness this summer, and like coming down from that was very hard. It's like one thing triggered it, and it's like I always have to balance out my happiness with equal or greater sadness. I can never just feel okay. I've realized, talking to my therapist and stuff, that it may be because of untreated AD. And that just seems so scary. Like it feels so real to have SMT like Ed. Like I can't hide that anymore, or put on a mask. Everything is changing so fast. And it's like everyone around me seems so happy, and usually I could mimic that. But it just makes me feel worse. I feel like going through this I'm losing so many people. And I know people are saying, well, at least you'll know who your true friends are. I can't even talk to them because I'm so tired. Even while going through depression, I still find a way to hide it. Because it's all I'm used to, it's all I'm comfortable with. And so I started getting severe panic attacks. And I feel so suicidal because I feel like I've run out of all options and that no one understands. I've always felt my mind just worked differently and like normal. And now it's like all the positives in my life are gone, and I'm just stuck with the negatives and more. Everything is so hard, and it's like school stresses me out so much and causes so much anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts. So when I go, I feel worse. But when I don't, I feel guilty. So what do? I can't heal if I keep going to an unsafe environment, but I can't take a break. Because I just feel the guilt right now, and it's like so much like my head is just pounding so hard right now. Sorry about the voice quality, it's text-to-speech instead of my usual voice changer. I have a sore throat right now. But anyways, I'm overall just stressed about everything right now. A huge part of me just wonders, how did I even get here? How did I end up like this when I was so happy? How did I end up becoming a person who can barely keep themselves alive, from a person who couldn't stop living every single day? How did someone who was doing so good and getting better fall so far down so quickly? I feel farther away from where I started. Miles down, I can't even see the top of the mountain. Now it feels worse. Now it feels much worse. What do I do, really? Because the longer I keep going, the harder it's all becoming. Before I was pushing through the storm. Now I can't go any longer. The island I'm stuck on is getting smaller and smaller. What's harder now? Drowning, struggling to swim. Because at least I was too distracted and could keep thinking I was going. Now I feel so tired and done. Death seems like peace. It's going to happen. I don't want to. Suicide is something the old me could have fought. Hell, I've helped a couple of my friends get out of these dark times. I've always been on the other side of these situations, helping people. I can't get help. I've never trusted help. I've always had trust issues. I've never been able to open up. So what do I do now? Now that mask I've always worn has come off. Now that the person I was playing. Now that the tape on my frown. What do? You're watching my struggle, and that hurts my heart so much. You feel hopeless. Well, I feel death is the only solution. Do you know how it feels to feel death is the only solution? Do you know how it feels to be this person? Because I've never known. I've always been the therapist. I've always been the one helping, because I know how it feels to feel worthless. I know how it feels to feel pain. And I was so proud of these people to be able to show their pain and ask for help. And so, I was always there as support. Because as much as they needed me through their dark and hard times, I needed them. I needed them to know that what I was feeling, I wasn't alone. Even when I couldn't tell anyone the struggles and pain because I as a person couldn't explain. Do you know how it feels to not even feel human? To feel you're doing your absolute best and it's not enough for anyone, not a single person. To feel that everyone thinks you're okay, but inside you're actually struggling and in fear. And then suddenly, it all comes out. All the pain. Every single ounce of struggle and frustration and stress and grief and fear and despair. And sadness and anger and confusion that you pushed down, it all come out. All at once, all so fast, with no warning, with no mask, it just overfloods. And then you're drowning in a sea of your own tears. But you just learned how to swim. You're drowning. Waves crashing every which way. A storm, a tornado, a tsunami, every single thing in your way. Life goes completely wrong. But do you know how that feels? How it feels to do your best at your worst. To feel the floor beneath you fall. To feel yourself fading into the darkness. Where have you gone? And you were just so happy. Do you know how it feels to hear the simple words, "Hey, are you okay?"